Welcome back to the channel. Saintsbanger here, and today we are going to be talking through Saints' Christmas period, how we did overall, talking through all of the fixtures, and then looking at January and talking through potential signings, ins and outs, and all that fun stuff. As always, guys, please make sure to like and subscribe. And if you've got any questions about today's video, please let me know down below in the comments. Let's get into the video. Okay, so we're going to be talking through 8 results in total, and we'll start with this 1-1 draw here with Watford on the 9th of December. Probably not one of our best games overall. I think we're probably fortunate to get out of there with a point. Obviously, we were leading that game up till late until an error from the goalkeeper, so that does tarnish things a little bit, and perhaps we could have got 3 points. But I think overall, especially with our recent form, continuing that unbeaten streak and getting out of Watford with a point, I think probably is a good point overall. And I think at the end of the season, we'll look back at this as a point gained rather than 2 points dropped. And I think that's a similar story with the game against Coventry on the 13th. I think overall, probably not one of our best games. Didn't really control the game, and yeah, I think in that game also we took the lead and then obviously lost it. Quite a common trait for the Saints team recently, especially during this period, is having those leads and then obviously losing them. But yeah, overall that Watford game and Coventry game, 2 half decent teams, and I think yeah, at the end of the year, probably 2 points gained there. And yeah, if you can draw when you aren't playing at home, win those home games, I think at the end of the season that will put us in a good overall place in the league, and hopefully in one of those automatic spots. We then move on to a couple of good wins for us against Blackburn and QPR. In that Blackburn game, probably one of our best games under Russell Martin. Controlled the tempo very, very well, created lots of chances, and it was obviously great to see us actually score some goals and obviously keep that clean sheet. And then a little bit of a difficult game away at QPR. They'd hit some form prior to actually playing us. And then, yeah, the last 10-15 minutes when we had that red card for Shea Charles, we were really hanging on and had to, yeah, sort of sit back and take a lot of that pressure. But yeah, I think it was good to see that side of Saints battling for that win, keeping that clean sheet. And yeah, overall 2 really, really good wins. This good form then carried on with a great win against Swansea. Once again, a really, really comfortable win for us. And I think it was good for Russ Martin as well, playing against his previous team, getting that win. And yeah, similarly to that Blackburn game, great to see us score some goals and then also keep that clean sheet as well. And yeah, just overall a really, really comfortable win. And then it was great to get another win against Plymouth on the 29th, 2 wins in 3 days. That's the good thing with the championship, is that there are a lot of fixtures in a small space of time. So if you can get a really good run of form, you can then start to actually gain some points, which we have done on Ipswich. Probably a little bit less of a good overall display. Plymouth can be quite a tricky team, got a few decent wingers and a decent forward. And yeah, the only sort of downside is really losing that clean sheet. It was an error from the goalie, which is a bit of a trend, which is unfortunate. But yeah, overall good to get that win, and 2 wins in 3 days is always nice as well. And then the most recently game was that 1-1 draw against Norwich. I think similarly to the earlier games against Watford and Coventry, we didn't really play our best. We did create some decent chances in the first sort of 60 minutes. Towards the end of the game, Norwich did get better and obviously got that equaliser. And yeah, I would say that's the only real disappointing thing in this period, is Saints getting those leads and then losing them. You're always sort of a little bit nervous watching Saints when it's only 1-0. We do sometimes give away silly chances. So yeah, I would say that's been the only real downside, is just dropping those points. But yeah, like I mentioned earlier, probably as a whole, if you look back at the season, say in the summer, these will be good points rather than bad points. And yeah, I think overall during that period to get, what was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 wins and then 3 draws, I think is pretty good. And it obviously carries on that unbeaten streak as well. And then on Saturday, we did beat Walsall 4-0 in the FA Cup. Obviously, that was quite expected for us. But yeah, it was good to see a few of the young players come on, get some minutes. A few of them started as well. And then obviously, Ryan Fraser has been on great form recently. So it's good to see him continue that form, get some goals and also some assists as well. And looking forward for Saints, it is really key that we carry on this good streak. We've got some nice fixtures coming up, at home to Wednesday, away to Swansea, at home to Hull, away to Rotherham, at home to Huddersfield, away to Bristol. There's some very winnable games there. And if we have a look at the league table, we've now closed that gap down to Ipswich to 3 points, 13 points behind Leicester. I very much doubt we're going to catch Leicester. If they go on some sort of like really bad run, maybe, but I think they're probably clear now. But yeah, as you can see here from the form table, Ipswich 4 draws and 1 loss in their last 5 compared to our 1 draw and 4 wins. And we've actually got a little bit of a gap now to Leeds as well, a 4-point gap there. So yeah, hopefully we can win against Wednesday. If Ipswich lose, that would be the first time we're actually up into second, which would be very, very nice. And yeah, hopefully we can continue to actually put some pressure on, get that second place, and then start to actually build a gap. And before we go, just some final thoughts. For me, the main one looking back over that Christmas period, as I did mention, was the costly errors, especially from the goalkeeper. Obviously, getting points when you aren't playing at home is great, but it would have been nice to actually win a couple of those games. Especially the one against Watford, that was a really bad error. Then we did obviously lose the clean sheet against Plymouth. My only worry is that as the season goes on and as the games decrease, as the table gets very, very tight, I do worry that some of these errors could be very, very costly, especially as we get into the end of the season. I expect it's going to be very, very close between Ipswich, Saints, Leeds, maybe West Brom if they can catch up. So yeah, any of those errors could be very, very costly. And I just hope they come in games where we're comfortable and winning by a few goals, rather in those really tight games where it could actually cost us some serious points. And yeah, hopefully he can sort that out. Obviously, in the Russell Martin style of play, there are going to be some errors at the back. But yeah, hopefully he can fix that and it isn't too much of an issue for us moving forwards. And the next point, I think, is a good problem for Russell Martin to have. Ryan Fraser has been very, very good recently. And I think he's starting to actually work his way into the starting team. He's obviously been used quite a bit as an impact sub. But yeah, I think down to his recent form, it'd be nice for him to actually get some more starting minutes. And yeah, he has that pace, that power, can score, can get assists as well. And he's obviously got experience playing at a higher level in the Premier League. And one thing that Saints have been after for a very, very long time now has been another striker. With the continued injury of Ross Stewart, and then maybe Che Adams leaving and Sekou Mara going on loan, we definitely need another striker option. And yeah, it'd be nice to see Saints act quickly, get that new striker in, give them a few games to actually bed in, and then as the season moves on, hopefully they can start playing some more minutes moving forwards. My main worry is us getting an injury, to one of those big players like Adam Armstrong. If that happens, we're going to be very, very desperate for forward options. So yeah, hopefully we can get a new striker in shortly and really give us some more options in that forward line. And speaking of the transfer window, one of the big things for Saints is going to be keeping hold of Walker Peters. He's obviously a crucial player for Saints, the way which we play. Very, very versatile, can play at right back, left back, very good going forwards, very good on the ball. He's bound to have offers. He's had a great season so far. So I think it's really crucial for us to try and keep him. If we do keep him, I'm very, very confident that we can go up this season. If we lose him, it's obviously going to be very, very bad for us and disappointing, but hopefully we can bring in someone equally as good, or if not, maybe get someone else and a striker for Walker Peters so we can improve on 2 areas. But yeah, I'm hoping that he stays, and yeah, if he stays, I'm very confident that we can go up. Okay, that's going to be all for today's video, guys. Please make sure to like and subscribe, and if you've got any questions, please let me know in the comments down below, and I'll see you next time.